The brand new Galaxy Note 9 and the 11-month-old iPhone X have a lot in common, especially when it comes to photography. Both have dual rear cameras, portrait mode, dual optical stabilization, and cost $1,000 in the US. Photos and videos from both phones are fantastic. Yet, with so many similarities, I was interested in the differences. So I took them around San Francisco to see how they stacked up to each other. Essentially, the Galaxy Note 9 has the same cameras found on the Galaxy S9 Plus, including that nifty dual aperture. But the Note 9 adds scene capture software that optimizes photos for 20 different subject categories. For example, when I framed this photo, the camera detected a person. Notice the tiny icon of a person at the bottom of the screen, and the Galaxy Note 9 optimized its settings accordingly. The results are good, though a bit confounding. The scene optimizations are not obvious like Instagram filters. Sometimes there are very little noticeable differences when the scene optimization is on or off. Take a look at these pictures I took of a croissant. The first one had it turned off. And here's the same croissant taken with it enabled. The Galaxy Note 9 identified the croissant as food, which it is. Notice the one taken with the scene optimizer has richer looking colors and is better exposed. The iPhone X does its own optimizations for textures, patterns, colors, but unlike the Galaxy Note 9, you can't turn it off. Here's a shot from the Galaxy Note 9 of Salesforce Tower on the left and Fremont Tower on the right. The iPhone X adds a lot of contrast and chooses a color temperature that seems a bit off, making the windows of the building on the right look aqua green. The Note 9 gives a much more faithful representation of the scene and even holds the highlights in the clouds better than the iPhone. Something I noticed during this comparison is how photos from the Samsung devices like the S9, the S9 Plus, and in this case the Note 9, look on the phone screen versus my computer screen. So here's a picture of some chairs I took at the Transbay Terminal. I would say the picture looks a little too bright, almost like it was a little overexposed. However, when I go back to the Note 9 screen, it looks perfectly exposed, and the colors look saturated and the temperature looks accurate to the way it was in real life. The iPhone X, on the other hand, seems to be optimizing the colors to make them more vibrant, and those chairs just kind of pop out. But that's not the way they looked in real life, and to my eyes, they look a little off, especially compared to the Note 9. As far as low light goes, the Galaxy Note 9 with its dual aperture opening to a super wide f1.5 has the edge over the iPhone X. Take a look at these photos taken inside a dark bar with red lighting. The iPhone X's photo has noise on the walls and is starting to look a bit painterly with all that noise reduction. While the shadows are crushed, the iPhone X handles the bar lighting pretty well. Now here's the same scene taken with the Galaxy Note 9. It looks brighter, has less noise, but is also much softer. Notice how the bar lights become white blobs. So let's talk portrait mode, or live focus as Samsung calls it. It basically blurs out the background, making your shot look more like a DSLR. Neither phone is absolutely perfect, but both can yield some killer results. The iPhone X has portrait lighting mode, which allows you to change lighting looks for your photos before or after you take it. When the iPhone X nails a portrait, like it did here, you see wonderful sharpness in the face and eyes and a nice focus fall off from around the head and shoulders. The live focus shot from the Galaxy Note 9 does a good job separating the foreground and the background, and you can even adjust the amount of background blur before or after you take the photo. I should note that beauty mode was turned on for this portrait. Video quality from both phones is good. I'd be happy filming with either one of these in most situations. As far as video stabilization, whether it's 4K or 1080p, the iPhone X's video stabilization just looks better. Also, I still can't believe that both of these phones can record slow motion video at 240 frames per second at 1080p resolution. Slow-mo video from the iPhone X has better colors and dynamic range than the Galaxy Note 9. But the Galaxy Note 9 also has super slow motion, which allows you to film at a whopping 960 frames per second, albeit at 720p resolution. Selfies on both phones are okay. I prefer the ones from the Galaxy Note 9 over the iPhone X. But as far as portraits, the iPhone X offers portrait lighting mode for its front-facing camera. and the results look pretty good, especially compared to the selfie focus mode on the Galaxy Note 9. However, if you're a fan of beauty mode, smoothing your skin out, the Galaxy Note 9 is the way to go. Also on the Galaxy Note 9, you can just hold up your hand to take a selfie. As far as selfie video, the Galaxy Note 9 looks sharper and has better colors, but it crops in a lot, and I do mean a lot. The iPhone X looks okay, a little flat sometimes. Then there's that S Pen on the Galaxy Note 9, which can double as a remote control to take a photo. This was such a hit with the people I showed it off to. But fret not, iPhone X fans, you can do the same thing using the earpods that came with your phone. You just need to be within the length of the cable. So to wrap everything up, it seems to me when the Galaxy Note 9 was announced that people were disappointed that Samsung hadn't radically changed up the cameras. But the small additions that were made, like scene optimization for photos, are really nice. The iPhone X, even after almost a year, still takes phenomenal photos and videos, and has one of the best all-around cameras on any phones. But if you're considering an iPhone X, I would say wait. Rumor has it, Apple might be announcing some new iPhones pretty soon.